it's Lil from Made by Marley. Today I'm going to be making a Easter picture. So I've started by cutting a polystyrene egg in half and hot gluing it onto a piece of board. And now I'm getting some twine and I am covering the half egg with the twine, just glue gunning it as I go. Just be careful with your fingers, and yeah, that's what I'm doing here. And I'm just going to continue till I've covered the whole egg. I'm doing something different tonight because I'm working late at night, and I'm not filming in my studio because I've got my little granddaughter, so this is what I'm doing instead. So that's what I'm doing at this point. So the things you're going to need for this make are some twine, a polystyrene egg, a piece of board, an old frame, a wee bit of moss, some artificial greenery, and a little kind of decal, some sandpaper and a wet cloth for wet distressing, and really that's about it. A pair of scissors, hot glue gun. There's not many things to it, but it looks really cute at the end. So far what you can see I'm doing is I'm just filling in any little bits that I didn't manage to cover the first time round. And those little kind of like strands of hot glue I'm going to kind of like pick off and cover with some moss. So that's me just filling another little bit in there, just making sure that it's all covered. Making sure that the frame's clean. So what I'm doing now is I'm painting the gold frame that I have with a sort of duck egg sort of green that I mixed up with some blue and some green and a little bit of white. It's acrylic, so I'm going to seal this at the end, but I don't want to do it too heavily, and I'm not going to give it 2 coats because I'm going to shabby it back at the end. I've got a little heart decal here, which I'm just painting in the same colour of green. And now you can see me just sticking on some little bits of moss just to cover up those little bits of glue gun that I didn't like, and it gives it that sort of rustic sort of feel. And I'm deciding which bits to cut off these bits of artificial fern because I'm going to glue those on the front of the egg. And that's what I've done there. I'm just kind of sorting out my positioning and where they're going to go, making sure they're not too big. And I've got little bits of stem that I can put my little heart over the top, which I'll hide. I've got the glue gun ready. Gluing on one piece of fern and then gluing another piece. Frog in my throat. And here comes a little piece of artificial sort of, I think it's supposed to be lavender. I was looking for something purple. So they're stuck on there like that. And I'm just getting off the glue gun strands there. You make sure they're not kind of sticking about. It always makes things look a bit messy. And the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to sand it and wet distress it just to wipe back some of I painted the board with some white chalk paint, so I want it to look really like it's distressed. I want to see some of the wood board underneath, so I'm just about to get a cloth. That's it, there you go. You can see me rubbing all that back just to give it that really sort of kind of distressed look, and then I'm finishing it off, really going to town with it with some sandpaper. I'm gluing on my little decal, which is the same colour as my frame, just organising it there. Now, I didn't get this bit on camera. I picked a typewriter font. I picked some small letters and some big letters to make it look all untidy, and then I kind of stamped it on sort of like as we went. Distressing my frame here to make sure you can see some of the gold, and I'm just using some wire clippers to clip those bits off the back before I glue it down onto the back. I'm just making sure that it's not dusty so that when I use my hot glue it's going to glue down to the back of the frame. So it's me just kind of sizing it up, turning it over and gluing it on. What I did do with I'd done a kind of purple with stamp and I went over it with black because it was just a little bit too purple. And I'm hanging a little tassel on it, and really that's about it. I'm just gluing some fern into the frame. I'm Lil from Made by Marley. I do craft projects, things around my house. If you like this, please share it, and if you want to see more, feel free to subscribe. This is how it looked just when I finished. I'm just giving you some close-ups, and there's going to be some photos of it being in situation. Thank you.